What's up, guys, and welcome to Theory Thursday. Today I'm going to talk about the 5 modes of pentatonic and wonder why I was never taught them in school. So last week, if you recall, I talked about the minor pentatonic and how to lay it on top of certain chords, more namely the A shape. And this week I'm going to go further into depth and talk about the different modes of it and where they kind of sit and what chords they work over. So let's go. So I've made this handy dandy chart and I've color coded it to help you see how they lay on top of each other, meaning the top of one is the bottom of the next one. So way over to the left, I've got the minor scale in blue, and the very bottom or top, however you want to view it, we'll call that the bottom because it's lower notes. So the very bottom of it is all colored in blue, and then the higher notes are all colored in black because they are the bottom of the next scale. And then you look over to the next scale and you're like, oh, it is the same shape, meaning that this moves up the neck that way. Now, every one of these shapes does different things and is missing different notes if you think of it as its own shape, meaning the first shape, all the way over to the left, is minor pentatonic, and we talked about that last time and how it has just a 6 and a 9 missing, and it can play over the 2 chord, the 3 chord, and the 6 chord, because those chords only differ by their 6 and 9. So that's this scale. And that works over those 3 minor chords and on top, of course, of the A shape like we talked about last week. That video will be linked up above in case you're wondering what I'm talking about. Then the next scale is a major scale with no 7 or 11. So this works great over the 3 majors in a major scale, meaning the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord, because the difference between those 3 major scales is the 11 and the 7. So this is the perfect scale for that. And that sits right on top of this first one by going right here. All right, because all of the bottom notes are the top of the previous one. The third scale that's in red is kind of unique. It's missing a 3rd and a 6 and it has a flat 7, which means that it will work well over any minor chord that has a regular 9 or your dominant 7 chord, your 5 chord. So it'll work over a 2 chord, a 6 chord, and a 5 chord really, really well. That one sits on top of the previous shape, the major pentatonic, like this. Now the Magenta Scale is a minor scale with no 5 or no 9. So it will work over any of your minor scales except for Dorian, except for the 2 chord. And the reason why is it does have a 6 and the 6 is a flat 6. So it would have to be the 3 chord, the 6 chord, or the 7 chord. And the last scale is missing a 3rd and a 7, so it'll work over major and minor chords as long as they have a regular 9 and a regular 11 or 4. So that means your 2 chord, your 5 chord, your 6 chord, and your 1 chord. Yeah, the 1. I forgot about the 1. I always forget about the 1. Nobody plays over the 1. But folks, that's your pentatonic modes explained, really. What chords they work over, how you can kind of think of them. You know, you can kind of make up tricks. I told one of my students the other day, any E-shaped chord, you could start that as the beginning of your major pentatonic. Meaning, anytime you play that E-shaped chord, you can do. It works great. How do you apply this knowledge? Try and find a chord progression that you like and try and use this in a way to go over some of those chords. It's going to sound cool and different, but still work. So give it a shot this week. Leave some comments if you have questions. I'm happy to kind of do like a live thing where I explain it or something like that. So anyway, that's your Theory Thursday, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Functional Friday.